All right, now to an alarming trend happening all across the country, which is impacting Houstonians more than ever before.
People shining laser beams at airplanes flying over southeast Texas skies, putting everyone's life in danger on the ground and in the air. So far this year, nearly 7,000 pilots across the country reported being blinded by a laser. 256 of those happening right here in Houston.
Tonight, KPRC2's Gage Golding is taking you along for a ride in the cockpit to see just how dangerous that bright beam can be.
All right, we are stabilized. We're going to choose altitude over airspeed.
Flying thousands of feet above Houston at several hundred miles an hour.
Your eyes constrict and you can't see anything.
In a moment, your life can flash before your eyes.
Not only is my life at stake, but my partner's life is too, because he's trusting me with the helicopter.
At the controls, just the smallest of movements could be the difference between staying in the air or crashing to the ground.
It's like jumping on one leg, patting your head and rubbing your belly, because every limb you have is doing something different.
Any distraction is bad, but a blinding laser could be catastrophic.
There's a lot going on, and then you add a distraction like a laser where you can't see. That's a big factor.
Pilot Ryan Chapman with the Texas Department of Public Safety giving you a first-hand look from high above Houston.
And we'll just cruise around about 1,000 feet or so.
So when you think about, a laser coming out of a little device just like that, whenever it travels up to the aircraft, is it coming in tiny like that, or what does it look like?
No, as the beam travels, it gets wider from the source. It gets wider, and so when it hits a wider surface area of the actual helicopter or airplane.
That tiny little laser is the size of the tip of a pencil, growing into a ginormous glow.
Now, we're right over one of Houston's busiest highways. If something, God forbid, were to happen, I mean, this not only for us in the aircraft, but It could be for countless people on the ground.
That's correct. Yep. Residential areas, because most people are at home when they're doing this. They don't realize the people that their friends and neighbors they're putting at risk.
Ryan is one of the thousands of pilots that have been blinded by lasers. Not once, not twice.
At least 25.
25 times?
25 times.
How long have you been doing this?
2 years.
You've been hit 25 times in 2 years?
Yes, sir.
On February 1st, these two are accused of pointing a laser at his helicopter over northwest Harris County. His tactical officer in the seat I'm sitting in right now, swinging over the chopper's camera and honing in on their home.
And you can see the beam all the way to the ground. So if you're within range of the camera, then we can see you.
The chopper calling down to Precinct 4 constable deputies who drove over and arrested them.
If an individual decides to make that unfortunate choice, state-wise, it's a Class A misdemeanor, but federally, it's a felony charge. And it's not a matter of if, it's when you get caught, you can face some serious penalties and fines.
Across the country, laser strikes are up 40% in 2023. More than 13,000 pilots filing reports of being blinded by a laser beam.
What would you say to anybody that thinks it's funny, it's a joke, to just go ahead and shine a laser up in the sky, thinking it's harmless fun?
I would tell them to think about their actions before they do that, because it's not fun and it's not safe.
I got one piece of advice for you. Don't do it.
Reporting high above Houston, Gage Golding, KPRC2 News.